guys, the next morning now, I've actually gone ahead and done a little bit more. Took the timing belt off and then also took the water pump off. This morning I was up really early because I had to actually take my trailer down to Fabco. It's a local fabrication mob. I thought one of the stub axles might have bent, but turns out the entire freaking axle on the back is bent and I have no idea how that happened. It's really strange. So I ripped the trailer to bits, took the axle out. It's down there now. The guys are just gonna straighten it back up and brace it a bit. Trailer maintenance is just as important as maintenance on your freaking drift car, because if you can't get there, then always make sure your trailer's, I know it's always like an afterthought, but just try and stay on top of it. Alright, so water pump's off. I've just cleaned all the old gasket goo off. Took the two bearings off. They're actually in really good shape. Yeah, I don't even think I'll change them, to be honest. Oh, and here's the old water pump. As you can see, we took the fins out of it because we're running the electric water pump. But this new N1 pump, I'm going to leave the fins in this time. I know because of the RPM this engine does, it creates cavitation and so on and so forth, but I really want to give it a crack because we're still having overheating issues. It's an absolute pain. Anyway, we're going to chuck that on. I'm just going to go ahead and put this all back together because I'm running out of time very quick, and now I've got a very last minute trip on a plane somewhere tomorrow. I gotta get busy. Sorry I'm not recording it. So got the water pump on, new bearings, a little bit too much gasket goo. It'll be okay. And now we put the new timing belt on. They got indicators on them to line up with your markers, so it's pretty difficult to get it wrong. Yeah, we'll pop that on right now. Okay, so we've got the timing belt back on. Adjusted the bearing so it was same tightness as the old belt that was on there. Now, the old belt wasn't that bad, but I guess I'm just super paranoid about these sort of things because it spins to like 9,500 RPM. Sometimes it revs to 10,000 RPM. And oh yeah, just so you know, the markings, that's what I was talking about before. Yellow one, there's an indent in the back plate, indent on the cam gear. So same thing this side. And then the last one is on the crank here and the oil pump. So that's all good. Engine will not hit the valves. And then yeah, just to double check, make sure it's all good. So you just chuck the bolt back on the crank and just turn it around by hand. Just do a couple revolutions, even, you know, even one, just so you know everything's all good. Peace of mind. That's why I always do it. Alright, so I've got a few more steps ahead. Obviously put the back cover on, put the trigger wheel and the keyway back in, balancer. Just make sure you put the back cover on before you put the balancer on. I have forgotten before, but I didn't forget this time, thankfully. Also, as you're piecing everything back together, just still double check the tension on the timing belt, and obviously just keep spinning it around, make sure she's all good. I know I'm paranoid, but big dollar engines, don't want to play with them. Doing this up, you literally have to do it as tight as you possibly can. I think Nissan recommend 400 foot-pound or some crap. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that super duper freaking rattle gun I had, just did it up with that. Sat on there for a bit, and yeah, that thing ain't coming off, but I'll do it with a big breaker bar and stuff after. You know what, that's kind of pretty much it. I'll put the cover back on the top here, put the whole car back together. It's pretty all done, and then we'll just fill it up with water again. Hopefully this will help it bleed quicker now that I've got fins in the back of this. So once this is all back together, it's all good to go for the dyno next week. It's on this one. God. I don't know if I'm more excited to work on that one than this one, but this one's just super, like, just heaps more stressful. Someone commented saying, like, why don't you just use the RBM3 all the time? To put it simply, I fund all this stuff. Like, this is all funded from basically my day job. So I literally don't have any financial support to run this car. So it's not like I'm obliged to go use it as much as I want to use it. It's ridiculously expensive. Like, everything on the car is expensive. That's how I wanted it. I'm not complaining, but I'm just letting you guys know This one, the Sonvia, is ridiculously fun and it's so much cheaper to use. Like so much cheaper. And I don't have that stress, you know, like, see that engine? That's worth like one of those fuel rails. I'm not even joking. Obviously everything outside of that engine is worth money. But for anything to break on that, I'm not actually that worried. If something breaks on this, it'll take me like a year to fix it, or to save the money, and then I won't be drifting at all. I just want you guys to know how the reasoning behind why I want to get that back going, and I can just take it out, practice, have fun. Yeah, I can do that with this, but it's just so much more expensive and stressful. So until we have like a full-on proper drifting series, or I can get this into a series, it's a comp car. It's that simple. It's a comp car, practice car. But any cool activations I have coming up, like demos at crazy events, or I finally get to do my dream hill climb, it'll be in the RBM3, like hands down, no matter what. But yeah, it's going to be a big year in that one. We're going to do heaps of events. Oh, and we also just locked ourselves in for Bayside Matsuri. Literally just got our entry in last night. So if anyone in that, it's like Mount Gambier area, it's right on the border of SA, I believe. Anyway, it's right down near the coast. I've seen some videos from last year's event and it just looks so much fun. It's just the Matsuri, everyone goes there, has fun. But I'm bringing the Sonvia and I really hope everyone can come down and watch. If you're in that area, just seriously, you never know. If you rock up, you might even be able to go in the passenger seat. You just, who knows? Who knows what could happen. But yeah, I'm in a mad rush to get that ready now, so I'll quickly finish this and then yeah, hopefully we've got enough time today to get cracking on that. Now everything's back on. Water pump pulley, water pump belt's tight, and obviously water pump alternator. This one is probably a bit too tight, but because the RPM I do on this, I like to have it a little bit tighter than normal. You should be able to get a quarter of a turn on the longest bit. I don't know if it's that bit or that bit, but yeah, that's rule of thumb I use. It's always worked for me, whether it's right or wrong. Your call. I'm not a mechanic. Probably clean up a bit of this. Seems to be a little bit of oil leaking in between each, I don't know what you'd call them, section of the dry sump there. The oil pressure is pretty high in this thing. It's not really a concern. It's never had an engine failure or anything go wrong. It's actually been the most reliable RB I've ever owned, to be honest. That one was good. It's always been pretty good. Besides that one time it let go at Adelaide at the Clipsal 500 drift demo. 1 minute, 50 seconds of just full abuse in that thing, and it just chucked the leg out of bed. Pretty spectacular, but they weren't too happy with me. Anyway, sorry about that, Clipsal. Alright, this next thing's going to be pretty hard to show. What we're doing now is basically lining up all the pulleys in line with the dry sump. We're not lining them all up, we're lining two up. Pretty well you run a straight edge on each one and just see if they meet. Like I need two hands, so I'll chuck one on here, and if they line up together, then you know they're square. Because these power steering pumps have a load of movement just in the bracket. Yeah, if you're ever having problems, it's usually that. So anyway, I'll put the drive back on the crank pulley here, and then we'll line all three up just with some straight edge rulers. So now we'll yeah, chuck the whole front back on, chuck some water in and start her up. Nervous? Yeah, of course I am. almost there. Just got the throttle to go, cooler piping, all the sensors, headlights, and then yeah, coil packs, and we'll kick it in the guts. Gotta go to Mitre 10 to get some stuff quick. Gotta get some more water, and yeah. Anyway, won't be long. Alright, everything's back together now. It's freaking ridiculously hot in this shed. But if you want to get it done, you gotta keep pushing through it. I haven't got everything tucked away beautifully, like I still gotta do all the wiring. But, oh, that reminds me. I'm gonna put these earths on. So I'll do the earths. And we're ready for startup. I'm nervous as hell. I always get nervous because it's like you've done such a vital part of the engine. Even though you checked it, triple checked it, it's just nerve-wracking. But yeah, what I do is always start it without the spark. Disconnect the trigger sensor, and then obviously won't start up on you. But just turn it over, make sure all pressure's there and everything's all good. And yeah, kick it in the guts, bleed the coolant system, and let's do it. Okay, so literally about to fire it up, and Breeze just sent me a message saying lunch is ready, so I'm seriously one lucky dude. Come check us out. Shoes off, mate. Oh. Yeah. They're both mine, right? Thanks, Brianna. That was freaking amazing. You gonna eat all that?
Yeah.
Thanks for lunch, babe. Alright, we're gonna get back out there and start this thing up. Okay. I'm just gonna put the coil packs in. Just before I do run this, one little tip that I always do myself is I put all the tools away and make sure everything's accounted for before you start it, because I don't know, paranoia or whatever you want to call it, there could be a freaking tool somewhere that shouldn't be, and then you can do it if you want, but obviously it takes longer. Just what I do. So we're now ready for startup. Pretty simple procedure really. Obviously I'll just crank it, just do my paranoia check. Nothing's gonna hit anywhere in the engine bay. Like everything's all good, belts are tight. That's still disconnected for a good reason, so it doesn't run. We just want to crank it over. Everything's all good. We need to do some serious cleaning. Stop stressing, Jake. It's always nerve-wracking. Okay, so we'll just watch, where is it? Oil pressure. We'll watch that one. Make sure she comes up. Yeah. So, it's like 30 psi oil pressure, just cranking along, that's heaps. Coolant system's not bled, but we'll do that while it's running. Pretty interested to see how that goes, because I now have the pump at the front here, and obviously the one at the back, so. Alright, let's start this up. Where can we sit you? Here we go. Plug it in, Jake. Oh, I'm sorry about that background noise, it's the bloody pool pump. Success. Okay. Now I'm just going to bleed it up, and yeah, we're good to go to the dyno. That's it. That's, yeah. Oh, and if the timing belt was too tight, then you would have heard it whining, and you would you could hear it obviously whistling. The turbo is ridiculously loud, and the rear housing is actually in a bad way at the moment. The rear fins on the rear housing, so that's why it's extra loud. So yeah, I'm really going to look at maybe going Borg Warner next. Don't know yet. We'll have to wait and find out. Call that a wrap for today. I feel so much better now. Yeah, I'll finish the day. I've got to do some housework and some freaking chopping trees down and crap. Normal household stuff, I guess. And then yeah, tonight I've got me mate Twitch and Jazz's engagement party, so that should be good. Congrats, guys. And then tomorrow, flying out very early in the morning to another part of Australia. You'll see in the next video. We're picking up something new. It's got 4 wheels too. Oh, and by the way, I know I'm wearing my brother Mad Mike stuff. But if you guys are keen on the DriftSquid merch, Bree's just done an amazing job getting all that sorted and putting huge discounts on it. So yeah, head to the link in the description, or I'll put like that card thing up here, there, or wherever it's meant to go. And yeah, head there, buy some merch, stickers. Yeah, it just helps us out so much. So appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys in the next next video. Peace.